Hello everyone, you guessed it, I'm back again for more Gran Turismo Sport, and today we're doing another 2 races. I intended to get these uploaded a lot earlier, but I forgot to, simple as that. So here they are now. So yeah, 2 laps, I was about to say 2 wraps. 2 laps around, 2 races, sorry, around Dragon's Trail, which is a really good circuit actually. It's another variant of the Dragon's Trail circuit in Croatia, which is a fictional circuit in this game. So yeah, here we go. I qualified 5th on this race, which was a pretty good qualifying position if I say so myself. So yeah, here we go. This is how this race goes really. Drive my my personal favourite, the Mazda Atenza, because it's probably my favourite vehicle in Group 4, as I've said before. So nothing new there. You see here, there's that Mercedes trying to get on the inside of me. I kind of stand my ground there. I heard a car crash in the background there, so someone might have been rammed into. God knows no in this game. I mean, my ranking right now is at B for driver rating and B for sportsmanship rating. And I'm coming across more rammers. I think it's actually going down to C actually, because I finished 9th out of like 14 cars. Oh, he went deep on the inside line there. But yeah. So I think it's gone down, but there's been an influx of rammers lately in this game. I don't know if it's just me or not, or if it's just because I drive up against Australians, because us Australians are a rowdy bunch, and we're kind of like Americans, but kind of slightly more tolerable, I guess. I don't know. I mean, mileage may vary because of the accents and all that. You know, the Yanks have those schmancy fancy accents, and then we have an accent. That's about it, really. That's all that needs to be said. So yeah, nothing particularly interesting happens in this lap here, except for the attempted inline overtake by that SLS AMG. You'd think that they would put the new what's the new Mercedes? Is it the Mercedes GTR or something like AMG GTR? So he rammed me off because I guess he could, but he got a penalty for it. But the joke's on him because I just managed to carelessly just go straight past him as if he wasn't even driving. He was asleep at the wheel. I mean, given it's Gran Turismo Sport, anything's possible. That dude, for some reason, got caught in the grass a little bit there. I don't know why. Looks like the Japanese guy in the Mercedes is taking things a bit too risky for his liking, and he ends up losing a place as a result. I love getting these corners right. Sometimes I don't get these corners right though, but getting this particular set is very, very satisfying, just because, you know, you could either take that really slowly and play safe, or you could play really dangerously and get a really quick time out of there. And you go out there with a lot of momentum too. So if you're close to another car, it really does, the momentum can be lost or gained by how quick you're out there. So I run a bit wide along that hairpin, which is kind of par for the course. I think 2 people have already left the race, and I've lost a position, so that's a bit of a shame. But it's not so bad, I guess. There's still 3 more laps left, really. So, got not much to lose. I'm gradually learning this track over time, actually. Yesterday, when was it? It was yesterday, I believe. It might have been the day before. I've been sick these last few days, so my memory's... excuse me. My memory's not that great lately. But, they had a couple of Group 4 races at Suzuka. And that track's a bitch to get used to. I'll say that much. I was not expecting that to be as difficult as it was, but goddamn, that was a tricky track. Not as well, Bathurst. Oh, and there goes that dude. He just plowed straight into the wall like it was nobody's business. So that poor guy though, he fucking slammed in that wall. Here's the Ferrari 458, just steadily overtaking me. It obviously has a speed advantage, that's for sure, but a cornering advantage, that's anyone's guess, really. So I accidentally bumped into him a little bit there as I tried to pull in. He didn't really give me much room, really, if I'm going to be honest here. And there's what looks like a Lancer. That is a Lancer. Couldn't quite tell from a distance. I thought, I mean, I don't know what else it could have been in Group 4, but whatever. I just realized too, he's a Taiwanese driver. You can tell because they're represented by their Olympic flag. I've probably already said this before, but fuck you, I'm saying it again because I can. So yeah, it's pretty weird how they do that with the Olympic flag, but you know, I'm not complaining. I run really wide again, and I tried, and I thought, you know, my car would have enough traction to pull inside. It seems like I've hook, line, and sinkered 3 other people into going deep onto that corner there. Whoops, is really all I have to say about it. But now, as a result, I have a steady gap between me and 5th place, which is never a bad thing. Actually, he just gained on me. I take that back. It clearly wasn't the case there. Alright, here we go. Around this corner we go. I don't know why, but now, the more I think about it, I've actually got this paint job on about 4 of my cars. This paint, so this weird, like, metallic metal sky blue thing. And it occurred to me that I have that colour because it's the same colour as one of my parents' vehicles. They have a VW Golf. Oh, he ran really wide again! Except he actually came out of that pretty well, actually. Although I didn't leave him much room there, although he could have backed off in fairness, but I guess, you know, competitive nature, split-second decisions, clearly, you know, he thought he could overtake me in that long run, but, yeah, oh well, what can you do, really? So here we are, second last lap, and that Lance has gone a bit wide. Oh, no, not gone a bit wide, sorry, he went in. He went too far in. Oh, but the Cantonese guy, the Hongkonger, as apparently they're called, not Cantonese. I thought Cantonese was denoted for Hong Kong. But anyway, he went wide, and he's lost position as a result. And down the straight again. So I've now got an even more steadier gap, more stable gap than last lap, which is never a bad thing. And we'll just see what happens down this hairpin, because anything goes. This was recorded a few days ago, and I've already forgotten what happened. So, wowee gang, I'm really good at remembering things. I blame the cold. Yeah. Freaky to think that we're only 4 days into winter. I mean, winter has really made its presence here. It's kind of freaky, actually. Because it's just been, it's not so much it's been cold, but there's just been a crispness to the air. And, you know, I've definitely felt the Earth getting warmer and all that. Well, I've definitely felt the winter's getting warmer as a result of the climate change thing that everyone is denying fervently at this point, even though we are pretty much sleepwalking into our doom at this point. I know, pretty dark, but yeah, you can definitely tell there's a bit of a warm tinge in the summers these days because of the aforementioned, you know, heating of the planet. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I mean, I will probably touch upon that later, who knows. I like talking about that sort of thing. We're here to talk about more Gran Turismo Sport. And, yeah, crossing into the final lap. Nothing's happening, really. Fuck all's happening. Got a forecast, and its 3-minute interval is the temperature of fuck all. So the Hong Kong here tries to really, really overtake me. He's really keen on getting that position. And he ends up going wide as a result. And the Citroen GT here, I don't know what the Citroen GT did. I think, no, it's not a Kiwi, it's an Australian. I can barely see through this really small viewfinder that Vegas has, because I don't like having my videos played in full screen, because I like to keep control of things in case of, you know, there's a glitch in the video or something. Okay, so this dude pushes me in, kind of. I don't quite know what happened there, but as a result, I take third on the last lap nonetheless. So that's good. That's always good, you know, you climb into the podium. Oh, and the Hong Konger is taken fourth from him, so he's just lost 2 positions in half a lap. So, poor dude, that's really unfortunate. But then again, I had, on the Group 4 races in Suzuka, I think I had 4th place at one point, and then I dropped back down to about 11th, so I wanted to sit 10-second penalty, and I thought if I did it early, that I'd be able to do it again late, you know, I'd be able to catch up, but no, that didn't work. So I think this guy ends up, yeah, he ends up braking a bit too heavily there in that corner. So as a result, these two end up just pushing each other off and causing each other all sorts of hell. So they lose even more positions as a result, and third's for the taking. Let's go straight to the next race, shall we? This next race is in an Audi TT. I'm not even stopping here. This is just going straight into the start. This is not even going to show you the grid. You've seen this Audi TT before. It was in my first podium finish video that I did about nearly 2 months ago at this point. So here we go. I've actually qualified third, but the grid's smaller this time. But we've traded grid size for more authenticity, which is you know, always a good thing. More diverse races. And here we are. So we're starting in third, going around this first corner once again, because you know what else are we gonna do? We're gonna defy the rules and start doing off-road racing. It's kind of weird that a Veyron's in first, though, if you ask me, because I thought the Veyron was kind of crap, so I actually end up bumping into this guy. I thought I had enough clearance from him, but the GDR is apparently a big boy, so Obviously not, but neither of us got penalised for it, so that's good, you know. The best kind of incidents are the ones where no one gets hurt, so in short, incidents, you know, perfectly fine to not happen in the first place. So I end up braking just okay there, and then there's that dude who just, I don't know what he was doing there. I'll just leave that to his own vice, I guess. I don't know. He can do what he wants, that's cool. So, I just realised the Veyron in first is even more weirder considering there's a Nissan GDR ahead of me and I'm driving an Audi TT. So I bump into him slightly and drive him wide there, I think. I'm not sure what happened there again. Clearly that wasn't the cleanest of overtakes, but he still has third. Oh, wait, does he? No, he doesn't. He has fourth now. You see, I got confused if it was Japanese or Australian because no matter the country, we both love the GDRs. I'll say that much. I've driven it once in this Group 4 thing, and it's alright. It's alright, yeah. And I end up running wide, which is not the first time it's happened this video. Great. And then there we go, back onto the straight. Still love how I've had PS Vita on the back of my car. Thing is, too, is that as soon as this race was over, I actually ended up changing the livery on this car, too. Oh, so someone else has left the race. It's now just a 10-car grid, which is kind of small, but not too bad. It's a shame how so many people end up leaving these races because you rarely, if ever, get a full 24-car grid. So it's just a massive bummer because I really like the idea of playing, you know, the full 24-car grid races in this game. But I guess this game didn't sell well in the Southeast Asia regions. So, or maybe people just don't want to go online because the whole DRSR is a bit daunting or something. I honestly don't know. Or maybe people just can't be bothered to watch the racing and quit. I don't know if that guy was trying to ram into me or not. He was too far away to hit me, but I thought he accelerated into me for a second there, so I was mentally bracing for him to ram up me backside. My poor little baby purple Audi TT. Guess his colour's now at baby purple. Get used to it. It's a trademark. I'm going to trademark it. Oh, and for some reason my video lagged out. I don't know why, but probably won't show up in the final video, but yeah. And then some dude liked my activity, which is cool. A lot of people have actually been liking my activities on here lately, actually, because I've been uploading a lot of escape photos, a lot of livery. I was about to say vinyl there, but a lot of livery or livery up there, because I've done my own liveries for Group 3 and Group 4 cars. I don't like customizing stock vehicles, because I just feel like it's, you know, not really, there's no point to it, really. I like to keep the stock vehicles stock, and then the racing vehicles modified, because I can. So, yeah, 3 laps in, I've only gained 1 position, and that was... I mean, I didn't get a penalty for that overtake of the GDR, so I'm assuming the game did deem it clean. I'm really not sure. I don't know what happens to this game. This game's just really weird with its penalty system. It's weird though how Forza 7's getting a penalty system, though. This dude's Veyron livery is really cool. So I went up on 2 wheels around there. Oh, wowed. Wow. Yeah, I thought I'd get past saying "oh wowed," but clearly the 3-year-old in me clearly hasn't stopped saying that yet. Don't worry, he'll stop eventually. So that Citroen ends up running a bit wide again. I get the vibe that dude just takes that corner just because he can. He's in 3rd now, actually. Well, I mean, duh, he was right behind me. But yeah, so I'm now giving the Veyron some heat. Some applied canned heat that he may or may not enjoy, depending on his music tastes. You know, I'm personally not a fan of canned heat, but you know, to each their own. Really, to each their own. And I don't know what he did there. I think maybe because the car isn't that good around corners that he had to slow down or something. But he definitely has a speed advantage over me, as you can see here. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's not massive considering the car differences, but yeah. Oh, he ends up running wide as a result, and then he ends up thinking he can take the corner, and he thought I would back off, and I got penalised for that. Fair call. And again, morals, ethics in this game. It's like, what the hell do you do? He rammed into me. So I don't know really. I really don't know what to say about that, other than he probably did ram into me. So yeah, as a result, I've taken 1st place. And at this point, I was sweating quite a lot, actually, because it was like, oh shit, I'm in 1st now. Okay. So I end up taking that corner again really nicely. That weird corkscrew thing, I think it is, really nicely. Wasn't expecting that. And down straight, braking zone around about 125 meters into the hairpin. I actually end up braking a bit too early, actually, so that's a first. Always end up braking too late or kind of right on time. And I think that Citroen GD that was behind me last lap in third is now in second as a result of the Veyron shunting into me, or the both party collision and then going wide as a result. So I'm just going to make sure that I get these corners right and maintain a significant gap of second place. So I A, secure second place, and B, if I can, reduce the penalty over time. So what to do? Gotta admit though, I do like the engine sounds of these cars. This game actually really does amp up the engine sounds quite a bit. They've really done a nice job with these. I took that corner really well actually, though I didn't end up braking. In my opinion, the ideal cornering line for that is you don't brake at all around there. You brake before you go around the corner, but then you just don't brake going around the two 90-degree turns. Because no, I just feel like you won't get enough momentum heading out there. And on this track, momentum is everything, really. So a lot of these corners can be taken really slowly. You can take them to say, as I said before at the start of the video, you can take them conservatively and safe, like this corner up ahead, or you can be a bit daring and gain a couple of seconds, or even a position out of it. And it's often a lot more rewarding to be a bit more risky around these parts of the tracks. So there we go. The gaps, I believe, increased to about maybe 3.5 seconds, roughly, give or take around about that. And then we go around, and for some reason my car ghosted out to reduce the penalty. Probably because I braked a bit too early again, but what can you do, really? The game's that nice to ghost you when you're going around a corner. Just take it. Just take it. Alright, and around this S-bend. Absolutely bum-fuck all happens. Wowee, gang. Absolutely bum-fuck. You see, I don't want to cut out any of these because I often like having the whole races recorded, just because, no edited crap in between, you just get to see the whole races. Even if you have to hear my monotonous delivery in the background. It's always good to have some good quality racing and quality and asterisks in GD Sport. I need to play Draft Club again. I think I said that in my last GD Sport video, actually. But anyways, we're going into the final straight here. I've still got a solid grip over first place. It's a death grip over first, if I can say that. If I'm allowed to, without getting, and I didn't end up reducing my penalty enough, but I had, what, 1 second or 2 second penalty by the end of that. So yeah, one dude retired, and it was a Japanese guy in a 458 Italia Group 4. Then there's that Citroen just completely outgunning me there before. So yeah, that was my first victory in Gran Turismo Sport, and my, for counting it as a podium as well, my third podium. So, and I even got fastest lap there too, I didn't even realise. But yeah, so that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten to this point in the video, make sure you like it if you did like it. And yeah, see you later.